Welcome everybody. Welcome to today's Stay Home and Meditate session. My name is Robin. I'm a Tergar Facilitator based in Scotland. I'm very happy to be sharing another guided meditation with you all today. Great to see people joining from all over the world again. Please do let us know where you're joining from. It'd be great to hear from you all. So in last week's teaching, Mingyur Rinpoche talked about living well with pain. And Rinpoche explained how we all have natural pain and suffering, but that we also have self-created suffering as well. And Rinpoche spoke about how this self-created suffering comes about due to the way that we relate to our various experiences. So Rinpoche taught us 3 different techniques for using our painful experiences as a support for developing our positive qualities. And so with each of these techniques, instead of our usual response of resisting our difficult experiences, instead of turning away from our pain and suffering, we're instead turning towards our pain and our suffering. We're using our difficult experiences as a support for awareness, for compassion, and for wisdom. And so in terms of awareness, Rinpoche explained how just in the same way that we may place our attention on the breath or on sound or sensation, and use that as a support for our awareness, just in that same way, we turn our attention to our experiences of pain and suffering. We be with that experience and use that difficulty as a support for our awareness, so that experience of suffering actually becomes the support for our meditation. And then in terms of compassion, when we experience our pain, our suffering, we turn our minds to others. We recognize that all beings are also suffering. We recognize that many others will be experiencing similar sufferings to our own. And then with that recognition, then our experience of pain, of suffering, can actually be a support for developing our compassion. And Rinpoche taught us the practice of sending and taking, where we imagine that we take on the suffering of others, and we offer our happiness and our peace and so on. And so in this way, our pain, our suffering can be transformed into something really, really virtuous and wonderful, and help us to develop our love and our compassion. And then in terms of wisdom, again, we turn towards our pain, we turn towards our suffering, and really go into that experience and explore that experience and investigate it. Perhaps recognizing how our suffering is continually shifting and changing, or perhaps recognizing how that experience is made up of many different parts and is not actually as solid as it seems. And so in this way, again, our pain, our suffering is a support for the development of these wonderful qualities. And in this way, it can be a support for the development of insight into the nature of suffering and help us to really develop our wisdom. And so in this way, whether it's mental or emotional suffering or physical suffering that we're experiencing, we can use that experience as an opportunity to actually develop these positive qualities. And so in today's session, we'll be touching on all 3 of these techniques. We'll have 20 minutes or so of guided meditation. We'll begin with awareness of physical sensation, and then we'll turn to using our experience of pain and suffering as a support for these qualities of awareness, compassion, and wisdom. So if you are currently experiencing some pain or suffering, whatever that may be, if you like, you can use that as a support for the practice. If you're not, then perhaps you could bring to mind a difficult situation and use that. Or as Rinpoche showed us in the teaching, you might like to even create a little bit of pain by pinching the base of the thumb. So whatever works for you. And if at any point during the practice that actually feels a little bit too much, if it feels perhaps that this is maybe too difficult or overwhelming, too challenging, then by all means, don't feel like you have to stick with this practice. You might like to shift your attention to the breath or to sound or to whatever technique supports you best in this practice. Okay, so great to see lots of people commenting from really all over the world. We have Hawaii, Nepal, South Korea, and different parts of the United States, and Ukraine, and Holland, and many, many more places as well. So really great to be connecting with you all in all these different parts of the world. Great to have these opportunities to practice together. So thanks everybody for being here. We can perhaps make a start. And we can just begin by finding a way of sitting that feels comfortable and relaxed, yet also present and alert as well. And maybe just keeping a loosely straight spine and relaxed muscles. A sense of mind and body resting together. And we can just begin by taking a few moments to reflect on our intentions for practicing today. Reflecting on what it is that's behind this wish to meditate. And whatever various intentions we may have. We can also recognize that all beings, that all of us have this common ground, this shared wish to be happy, to be free from suffering. And perhaps finding a way to form the compassionate aspiration that our practice is not only benefiting ourselves, but we're also benefiting others as well. And then we can place awareness at the top of the head and just simply recognize any sensations that may be there. And then we can start to slowly move that awareness downwards through the head and the face, And just recognizing and releasing any tension that may be there. And continuing to move awareness down through the neck, into the shoulders, into the arms and the hands. And just a sense of being with those sensations. And continuing to move awareness down through the upper back and the chest, down into the lower back and the abdomen. Perhaps aware of the sensations of breathing. And perhaps aware of the contact with your seat and the weight of the body. And then moving down through the legs, into the lower legs, and into the feet. And then we can rest awareness with the sensations of the body as a whole, not focusing in any one particular area. It's a sense of mind and body together. And now we can turn our attention to any experiences of pain or difficulty or suffering. And just gently holding that experience in awareness. Not resisting that experience. Also not pursuing any particular experience. A sense of allowing things to be as they are. If you find your pain disappears, or you don't find any particular experience, and that's also fine. You can simply be with that not finding. And as we continue to rest our awareness with our pain, our suffering, our difficulties, and also recognize that all of us suffer. That all beings experience suffering. And perhaps you can form the wish that your own experience of suffering may represent that of all others. Forming the wish that all others may be completely free of all suffering. And with the in-breath, you can imagine that we're taking on the suffering of others in the form of dark smoke. We breathe that in. All others are relieved of their suffering. And as we breathe out, we can offer our peace, our happiness, and well-being in the form of bright light, which can radiate out and reach all others, so that all beings may be happy and well. Just continuing with this practice for a few moments, breathing in the suffering of others. As we breathe out, offering our peace and well-being. and perhaps having a sense of appreciation for this quality of compassion. And we can let go of this particular practice. And again, just being with our experience of pain and suffering. No need to change experience in any way. And really starting to explore this experience. What sensations are present, and the images and words associated with the experience as well. And how does the experience change? How is it from moment to moment? Perhaps recognizing that this pain, this difficult experience is not one single thing. There's in fact many different pieces constantly changing. For the last minute or so of the practice, we can let go of any particular technique let go of any particular focus. You're simply allowing the mind to rest naturally. And we can conclude by perhaps forming the aspiration that we're not only benefiting ourselves, but that whatever benefit we may have gained, that may be shared with all others, so that all others may be free of their suffering. Okay. So thank you everybody. Very great to have this opportunity to practice together again and connect with you all. Hope that was helpful and some benefit. And do click on the bell icon as well if you'd like to receive notifications about Tergar Meditation Community's various online offerings, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And this coming Sunday, Mingyur Rinpoche will be giving another teaching on keeping calm when your mind is wild. So hope to see you all then. And there are guided meditations with Tergar Facilitators, like this one, every Tuesday and Friday. So look forward to seeing you again next time. Thank you, everybody, and take good care. Bye-bye.